The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Quinn Miners, third-round pick in 2021, called for the penalty. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Wilson to throw right away. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Taking on the midfield logo. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could come right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
3, 2, check, seal.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The Colts at 3 and 4 on the year coming into play. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, in the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Love now. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Broncos are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Now Wilson. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okuebu now. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On first down, Wilson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. There's Wilson to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Wilson. He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Taking it right down Broadway. The 40. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he will bring it back. An interception return for the Colts TD.
Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps in the case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came expect the opposite, light this game up, and so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Wilson.
He'll get that complete to Albert O.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Well, this defense for the Colts, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
On 2nd and 7, Love. Tunyon's got it on the out route. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play.
Here we go.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Michael O.J. Mudia with the tackle.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
52 blaster. Ultra.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. Still fighting for more. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Balaj. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Play fake. Here's Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson and Debo. And the Broncos are going to get the football here at their own 23. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Wilson's throw complete there to Bateman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Shot. 17. Ready?
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground. After the last 2 drives, ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Come on, 38. Check smash.
They'll go again with Dobbins. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Off the play fake, Love. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Love. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Broncos force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they need.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Taken down back at the 15-yard line.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Allen Lazard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
That's complete. It's Okurebunom.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up second down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
Wilson.
There's Chris Olave.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
A give up the middle to Akers.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A very solid gain of 27.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Wilson. Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground again here. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Love, they go play action now. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. The kick by McManus is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
On play action. Love to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Akers going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Throwing is Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So a big chance goes by the wayside there. A tough break on 3rd and goal.
Yeah, as a general rule, you know you're usually not going to win games with field goals. But in this case, they had 3 points in their pocket. I get what he was trying to do, but that's a big swing of momentum right there.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And past the 30 before he's out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Dobbins trying the left side. And some room to run now. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go. No one downfield there to stop him.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up, you end up throwing a pick, everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a man scream out, I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless, too.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this guy.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Now a handoff for Dobbins.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39.
Javon Kinlaw, the big D tackle, there to bring him down.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing. Love. is incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run here with Dobbins. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
He's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Ashton Doolin, an 18-yard touchdown grab, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now it's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
He'd had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From midfield now, here's Wilson.
That's out to the flat for Oakland.
Down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave.
From the 38, Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Colts force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
Check field. Let's go.
Now a toss left side for Dobbins. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line.
126 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 3rd and 1, Love to throw. Ebron with it over the middle. And some space here.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Here's a give to Dobbins.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Ready.
To throw now. Here's Love. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Robert Tonyan.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Colts are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Washington now brings this out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And
It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
Room here to run. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. When you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Washington now brings this out. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now Wilson on first down.
Throw right side here, taking in.
Smart play got penalty. You got right back
And
up.
just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. To throw is Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road.